Hello dear viewer, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, Murdoch X here, and today we're going to talk about a horror game for children on the PlayStation 2. There will be slingshots, demon chairs, time-traveling squirt guns, a bad arcade game, but also love. You'll see. You'll all see! From 2006, the year that brought us 300, Casino Royale, and Sexy Back. Yeah, we have a game based on an animated movie from Dan Harmon. Monster House. Yes, Dan Harmon, best known for creating Rick and Morty, is credited with writing both the movie as well as the cutscenes within this video game. What genre is this title, you may be asking? At first glance, this game feels like an adventure title with a fair amount of finding the key to unlock the door, but this title is ever so linear, which may put the genre closer to interactive movie. Or perhaps the squirt guns transform this into an action game. Oh, action adventure. Yeah, that makes sense. In this action adventure game, we take on the role of a team of abode-abhorring children that must destroy a house possessed by a woman who was killed by children. Wait. If these kids die, do they get to possess a house and kill adults? Friends, it's time for an intervention. This cycle of possessing houses that have similarities with our murderers has got to end. If we stay on this path, there will be no humans left. Merely crazed houses searching for murder victims. On election day, vote yes for Proposition X, or CIST. Humans, not hauntings. I'm Senator Horse, and when it comes to hauntings, I vote nay. Paid for by the Homeowners Association of normal and or not haunted houses, or at least ones that are not so haunted that they get up and chase children through town. This is too much silliness. The story here is that there is a possessed house that lashes out at children and steals their toys while old man Mr. Nebbercracker, who lives in this house, chases them away. Due to an injury, Mr. Nebbercracker isn't around to scare off the kids one day, so the house eats them. And now they're trapped inside the stomach of the house. Or esophagus. Or mouth. I don't know, I'm not a house scientist. Or a house doctor, or a Dr. House. No, I'm just a guy trying to help 3 children with residence revulsion escape the termite-ridden guts of this evil domicile, with the use of squirt guns and some other junk. Each kid has a weapony thing, a unique special item, and their weapons, the squirt guns, each have a unique feel. Like Jenny, her squirt gun is adequate and her special item is a slingshot. Funny thing about this game is some rooms require keys to get through, but padlocks require the slingshot to break them open. This made sense while I was playing, but it seems silly now. Next up we have Chowder, and he's the worst character in the game. His squirt gun is horrible, it runs out of water faster than anyone else's, and his special weapon is water balloons, which are difficult to aim. Finally, we have DJ, our third child and protagonist. He has the best squirt gun and the worst special item. That bad special item is a camera. It flashes and stuns enemies. I never used it. The water guns are your main weapon to squirt your way through the hordes of house-related enemies. There is a lock-on system to assist in the aim of your water bursts, but it's unreliable and confusing. Also of note is that as the water level of your weapon decreases, you'll have to pump it up to increase your ammo. This is a nice reload mechanic that removes the need to always be on the lookout for weapon ammunition. While the squirt gun munitions are unlimited, there are still consumable items that can be found hidden inside of vases. Go all link on these things and smash them open to find items such as health packs and arcade tokens, because there's an arcade game on the home screen, but we'll come back to that. While that may cover the basics of the game, we need to talk about these squirt guns. They're Super Soakers, which are a 90s toy. Monster House takes place in the 1980s. Where'd these squirt guns come from? I don't know. Maybe they're time-traveling squirt guns. Or maybe they've been with us the whole time. Right here. While wandering the playfield as weaponized house-hating children, it's important that we keep an eye out for upgrades and consumables hiding around the stages. Apart from these explorable areas, there is the occasional QuickTime event. These tend to be short and simple. That is until we reach Chapter 8. This stage is one long QuickTime event where the house is chasing the home-loathing children and our button presses assist them in dodging items that block the escape path. This one is tougher than earlier events as it is the second to last chapter, but it's manageable. There's not a lot of gameplay to discuss, but one notable feature in the game that's worth mentioning is the spotlight moments. On rare occasions, there will be light coming in from a window, and if you step into it, you will be attacked. You're always under attack in this game, so it's not a big deal if you set them off. This feature feels tacked on as a way to give a nod to the movie. It didn't make the game more fun, and it only happens a few times. Now that we've completed the game by pushing our way through the story for 3 or 4 hours, we get to play some Thou Art Dead with all of those tokens we found. This is a platformer that at first glance looks like a Metroidvania style of game, but instead we get a floaty, boring mess. After playing 2 stages, I got bored and quit. It's not worth your time, and I wish I hadn't put forth so much effort looking for and breaking open vases in hopes of finding more tokens. Now, I know that I'm mentioning a lot of shortfalls in this game, but I did enjoy it. It's a bit repetitive, and some of the later monsters take so long to kill that I thought the game had a glitch, but what Monster House does well is making it feel like you're under pressure. Between the creepy music, the sound effects, the surprises, and the visual design, this experience can get under your skin. In a good way. It's supposed to be creepy. Here, check out this circus area. It's a great mix of style and creepypasta. I like to think that the world within this game takes place inside of the movie but was cut out of the film for time constraints. In the movie, we only spent about 10 minutes inside the house, which is disappointing. The film missed an opportunity to show us wonderful and scary demon house things, but we did get to see them in this game, and that counts for something. And there it is, 3.5 hours of gameplay over the course of 9 chapters. It's flawed, but enjoyable. Now, you may look at me, an old man talking about video games that came out when he was in his 20s, and want to say, okay boomer, but listen up pipsqueak. It turns out old man Mr. Nevercrackers is a good guy, so get off my lawn millennials. Also, I'm not a boomer. You know, one of the things I notice as a gamer who's getting older is I don't have as much time as I would like when it comes to playing games like Dwarf Fortress or The Witcher 3. So when a game comes along like this that's short and cinematic, I find that appealing. Since we're on the topic of horror in video games, I actually wasn't allowed to watch horror movies and stuff growing up, so I feel like I missed out on a lot. The whole horror genre during the PS2 just missed all of it. So let me know what the other big ones are that I should be playing. Please. Thank you. I'm catching up. Like you do.